We've got some stuff to talk about. What's up, everybody? I'm Jay, and I'm going to answer some questions today as we get ready for an amazing year here in 2025. I can't answer everything that happened at one time, but I'm gonna share with you the key things, all right? And I'm gonna answer 5 big questions I've gotten since our family has moved to Tennessee. Let's get into it. What are you doing with your life now? I'm serving people. I am serving people through music. I am serving people through communication. I am serving people through the local church. Any opportunity that I get to serve others in tangible ways, that's what I'm doing. I'm currently still serving on my church staff as a pastor on staff and worship leader at thechapel.cc in Newport Richey, Florida. So a day in the life there is currently, being that I'm remote, I spend Tuesdays on Zoom calls with the team. I spend the rest of the week doing my normal workflow, whether it's people and scheduling, planning services, arranging, writing music, all of the things to do with music. But then I'm also caring for our team and different people in our church that still reach out, and we're connected and we're doing life together, and I'm able to give spiritual guidance and all of those great things. And then here in Tennessee, I'm writing music. I'm writing a lot of music right now. I'm meeting a lot of dope people up here in the Tennessee area. And we are doing our best to pen songs that I hope will change lives. And we're going to spread faith, hope, and love. One song, one conversation, one thing at a time is what we're going to do. And I guess that's what we can say I'm doing with my life right now. I'm raising kids too. I've got 3 beautiful kids. Roland will be 10 years old in a couple days, January 1st, 2025. My son Jeremiah just turned 8, and my youngest daughter will be 4 on March 10th. So she's 3. My hands are full, and I've been married 10 years, going on 11 with my beautiful wife, Chelsea. And so between all of those things, there's not a lot of time to get caught in the sauce. But I'm blessed, and that's what I'm doing right now. I think I just kicked the camera right there, but hey, here we go. Let's go to question number 2. What prompted your move to Tennessee? Okay, I've been writing music for quite some time. From the moment I went into full-time ministry at 18 years old, I knew God had a call in my life. And the only way I knew to steward and develop that call was to be in the right community. I submitted to spiritual authority. I accepted a worship leading role at my church in Bradenton, Florida at the time, Happy Gospel Church, under my now father-in-law, Pastor Bill. And through that time, I was serving my church, serving my pastor, fully submitted to leadership while simultaneously working on my craft. God was giving me songs. I was leading a young adult ministry. Eventually, God was birthing ministry in me, and I just felt restless, like there was something in my spirit. I'm trying to be content and comfortable, but God was constantly stirring more in me. He kept giving me songs and ideas and vision for ways to be a blessing to people. And I'm like, God, how am I going to do this? He said, well, you're going to use what I gave you, starting with music. And so I began to really pursue God in music. I was in college at the time. I built a couple bands. There was a lot of things that happened at that time, played around the state of Florida with music. But I just knew that wasn't, it was kind of the path, but it wasn't the right way. I'm like, God, what are you trying to get to me? He continues to give me these songs. And I'm like, I think he wants me to write music and use that as a vehicle. And sure enough, I continued to develop the pen. I finished my independent record. And from there, I kind of began sending the music to really one team of people that I could imagine working with. And here I am. I'm working with that team of people. But I got to tell you, man, like, the prompted move to Tennessee is simply following God. I'm following God with my family. I'm taking a major risk, and I'm so grateful to have the support of my pastor, Pastor Q, and my church family, the chapel, to be up here pursuing this and figuring it out. You know, I am still serving my church, so my life is very full. I fly home every so often, and I'm able to do that, but I'm so blessed to be able to kind of follow God into this. It has to be said, though, before I move to this next question, I am completely content serving the local church. I don't need fame. I don't need any more things in my life. To be honest, I feel like I'm already so full and so rich in the way that I think success would be said. I have a healthy family. I have kids who love me. I have a wife who loves me. I have a church family who trusts me, who allows me to lead them and serve my pastor the way that I do. My pastor allows me to do that. I have a great team of people. I have everything I could ever ask for. But what keeps me up at night is the vision that God has shown me. And that conviction inside is what's kind of prompted this whole let's go see what God is doing thing. So, all right, let's go to question number 3. How did the record deal happen, and what does it mean? How did the record deal happen, and what does it mean? I've gotten this question a lot since the move. So we moved in May of 2024. I started out with the label in actually October of 2022. So many people didn't know I had been in conversation with the record label since then. If you didn't know, I released an independent project. It's called The Story. You can go listen to it everywhere right now. Everywhere you stream music, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, you can go listen to that. But that project was less about people knowing who I am and more about me stewarding the songs that God had given me. I had been writing songs for a while. I was probably say 6 or 7 years for real, but 8 maybe total years of just refining my pen and trying to get my story from my mind and from the teaching and preaching opportunities I had and into song, bite-sized pieces that can encourage or be a blueprint to other people for God's faithfulness. And it was crazy. It was hard, but I was figuring it out while serving my church versus trying to find my way through a music industry at a very, very early age before I even knew my voice and what I was trying to do. And so I finished that independent project, The Story. I sent it to Centricity. I heard about them through osmosis of different conversations over the years in Bradenton, Florida. And so when I sent that project to Centricity, they essentially said, hey, not right now. We're not in a position to work with anyone, but we love what we heard. Keep sending us music. Well, I want to know, y'all replied. I mean, it was like a week and a half or 2 weeks. It was very quick to me. It's like, wow, what did you like? What can I be working on? And me asking those growth mentality type questions led to an invitation. If I'm ever in the area, they said, hey, you can come on up. We'd love to meet you. Just let us know. And I'm thinking, when is that going to happen? When do I just randomly end up in Franklin or Nashville? Let's set it up. So I tried to set up a date, mentioned it to my pastor, what had happened. Filled him in on the story, how it came together with me interacting with the label. Of course, I flew up with my wife. I met the label. We had great conversation, and they invited me back. And I wrote from January of 2023. I went to an indie retreat and an independent artist retreat with the same label where there was probably 15 to 20 other artists and some industry professionals there. The entire staff from Centricity was there. And we were able to meet and just talk and write and learn and grow, understand all the things industry from a business sense. A lot of talented people at that retreat. Following the retreat, I came back to Nashville and finished writing some of the songs I had began and continued writing more. And then I knew then in around November of 2023 that we were probably going to move towards a contract. And we did. I signed a record deal and publishing deal. So it's both and. I'm a writer and a recording artist with Centricity in July of 2024. And yeah, I mean, what does it mean? It means more work. I have a partner that believes in me. I have a partner that is going to work alongside me to megaphone the message. I got a lot of work to do. I keep saying that word because it doesn't stop when you find a partner or people who believe in you. You got to keep putting in the work and remain dedicated to the craft, right? And so since we moved to Tennessee, that's essentially what it's been. Hard work between working for my church and serving the local church and serving my pastor and my team in Newport Richey while simultaneously writing during the week on the days that I am not working for the church. Or I write and then I come home and I continue to produce music and write for the church or arrange or plan services with the team. Ultimately, the record deal is a great opportunity to have someone that believes in me as I continue to pursue what God has placed on my heart to do. And that's the cool thing. With or without a record deal, I know I have to steward what God has called me to, but I am so grateful that I have a team of people that not only believe in me, but also believe in the call and the vision that's on my life and what God has given me. And me, I believe in them, and I think they know what it takes for me to be successful in this industry. So 2 are better than 1, baby. All right, let's go to question number 4. How are you liking Tennessee? I like Tennessee. It's not Florida. Florida is more of a melting pot of different personalities, people groups. It's definitely a tourist state, but even without the tourists there, I just feel like there's a level of distance that's respected from person to person. Like there's an individuality there. It's very friendly, but it's not as hospitable as Tennessee. Tennessee's definitely got the Southern hospitality thing going on. My neighbors are great. I miss a lot of things about home because it's home. I miss the heat. I miss knowing that when a hurricane is coming, it's coming, versus being in Tennessee, hearing about a tornado, you get an alert. It could be outside, it could be a horn. So there's a lot to adjust to. There's also 4 seasons. We get the cold, we get the hot, we get the spring, we get the winter, we get the snow, we get all of that stuff. We get a lot of wind. And so, yeah, I mean, Tennessee is great. The music is right down the street. So we're in Spring Hill, Tennessee. We're not far from Nashville. I can just go right down there, hear some of the greatest musicians in the world, and be reminded there are great people everywhere. So greatness at music isn't the thing that's going to set me apart. You got to know who you are. I'm constantly reminded of that here in this area, and I'm grateful for that. So I think our family's loving it. The kids are adjusting well, and God is definitely, he's shown out in this whole thing. That's a story for a different time, but we're enjoying the season here in Tennessee so far. It's been 7 months. Let's see what God has in store. All right, question number 5. What's next for you and your family? It's the same thing it's always been. What's next for me and my family is to keep trusting and following God. We do have a growing family dynamic. As I said, the kids are getting older. We got almost 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 3-year-old. They're not getting any younger. And so I'm putting a real demand on God as I serve him to take care of my family. To just, as he leads me, I want to be able to focus on him wholeheartedly and not worry about figuring out how. Just worry about doing what he's asked me to do and trust him to be the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want, I shall not lack. So be a present father and my wife a mother, and be a support to our family first and foremost. But just steward this mission and this call that God has for our life and see what he does from there. Well, I've literally updated you with the big 5 that I've gotten. I want you to go back and listen to this video, but I want you to know there's some exciting things going on. A bonus information is a lot of music has been written over this time, and I'm excited to share that music with you. I'm taking this video in a one take. It's probably going to be a little long, but I hope it fills you in on what God's been doing in my life. And I want to encourage you. This is who I am. This is my heartbeat. And it's that God would reveal himself to you in a very real way, that you would see the value, the purpose, and the plan that he has for you. I pray that your life takes on whole new meaning. If you're at a low place, I pray that God lifts you higher. I pray that as you hear the music, I pray that as you hear the mission, that you would feel motivated and inspired to get involved in making a difference in people's lives around you. The best life we can live is one that serves others with the unique gifts that God has given to us. And as I do that, spreading faith, hope, and love with the gifts that God has given me, I hope that you'll join the mission to do the same with the gifts that he's giving you. All right, listen, I love y'all. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel, hit the like button. I'm going to be posting lifestyle vlogs here. I'm going to be posting more content like this. I'm going to be posting me singing some of the music that I've written, maybe in bite-sized pieces, but I want you to stay as connected as possible. Look, I love you, and every person watching this video, stay tuned for more. I'll see you soon. Peace.